Welcome back everyone to my Pillars of Eternity Let's Play. In the previous video I ventured into the Black Meadow. There's a quest I believe I can complete. There's a supply wagon gone missing here. I wouldn't be surprised if this bandit camp has something to do with that. So I'm going to be exploring all of this map before moving on towards Kainua, which is basically where I'm taking a party at the moment. At the end of the last video I discovered this dragon bone, so I'm going to take a look at them shortly. I have a bit of a cold at the moment, hopefully that's not too apparent, but most of this video should be combat and not too much dialogue, so I won't be sniffing too much hopefully. I've been, well, one thing I've done is added some hotkeys, so my map is now hotkeyed to my mouse. And also I've got done some work on looking at how I can improve my inventory management. So people have mentioned that, oh, that was odd then. You can use control on these items, so I'm going to do that. I've also heard that you don't actually need things like lockpicks within your actual party inventory screen. You can just stick them in your stash. So I'm going to stick all of those over there. And Eder, I believe, has a warbow, which I hadn't noticed before. I'm actually going to take that off. I'm just going to give him a normal hunting bow. He normally, well, he gets into melee quite a bit, so he doesn't need it so much. And I'm actually going to replace the scepter, the warbow, for durance. I think I'm happy with all of that. I might actually use some of that gold rock chew in a bit. Some of my guys are getting a bit fatigued. Right, so I think I'm ready to get started then. So now I mentioned that there wouldn't be much dialogue, but I believe I can actually talk to some people I haven't talked to before. So I'm going to do that. Let's talk to Eder. Yeah, I hope that old watch is still there. Been years since I heard anything about him. So there's a quest for Eder, I believe, at Kainua as well. So what is it you want to ask this watcher in Kainua? Just some things about the past, about the war. I've been thinking I missed my chance to find out what I wanted to know. That old watcher though, he opens up some new possibilities. I want to ask something about you, if you're sure. What did you do before this?
Oh, other than the war, I never strayed too far from where you found me. Farming, mostly. I was never much for cities. Never learned a trade. In my younger days, I thought I was going to go preach the word of Aethys. Just in our temple there. My parents encouraged it. I made so much trouble for them growing up. They used to say it'd be best if I got in good with the God of Redemption. Of course, us blowing him up probably didn't help my chances there. But if anybody'd forgive you for blowing him up, it'd be Aethys.
Did the people of Gilded Vale really try to kill you?
They, they did. It was strange timing, because we just won the war. They celebrated when I came home. There was music and dancing. Trumbull used half his grain making this big honey cake. I still dream about that cake. Like having the best lover of your life, but only for one night. And they were all sorry to hear about my brother.
That's quite a cake.
Took a while for word of the purges to reach us. Aethasians being murdered in the streets. Cold morn and the like. No way would they let something like that happen in Gilded Vale. That's what they all said. But the weeks went by and the purges spread. Pretty soon they weren't so sure my brother fought for Deerwood. And they weren't so sure I did. Caught me by surprise after all the celebrating. Should have seen it coming after the tailor said he was going to fit me for some new clothes, but then all he wanted was my neck measurement.
Really?
Nah, not that last part. But you had to think about it. Says a lot about the place I've been calling home all these years.
Why did you stay for so long in a town that hated you?
Well, I'm sure my parents are still wondering the same thing. The Aethasian purges were like this madness had come over the town, like a disease. Seems like when you see something like that, your instinct is to wait for it to pass, even when you know it probably won't. The family whose farm I worked on, they had a little Hollowborn girl. And they heard the Animancers had this cure, the Salvation it was called. They went running. This Salvation, they were putting animal souls in children. You might have heard about it. Given them enough personality to care for themselves. Well, you can guess how that turned out. Matter of time, the children broke down. Became wild things. Monsters.
I read a bit about this in the lore. Supposedly they're called Wicts, and we actually met one down there, so we're probably going to go and kill that in a bit.
Anyway, these farmers put their family dog's soul in their little girl. For a while, the girl, she's making eye contact, she's feeding herself, albeit in a kind of messy way. And one day she snaps. They found her gnawing on her brother's bones. Had to chain her up, put her in a cow pen. Well, the mother, she wouldn't have anything to do with the girl after that. But the father, he'd visit every day, feed her chickens, toss water on her once in a while to get the dirt off. Most of the village, they'd whisper about him. Poor man, they'd say, sick with grief. He was just waiting for his daughter to look up one day and recognize her papa. He was waiting for her to get better. Didn't understand that at the time, of course, but these days I think about him a lot.
Do you have any family? Right, it doesn't look like he's reading this bit. Just my parents now. They took a ship back to Meadow when the purges started. Wanted me to go with them, but I didn't see things like they did. Been a long time since I've seen them. I really should visit, but for some reason I haven't felt like leaving home. Good thing they chased me out, or I might have never left. I think there's some more options.
They took a while, but the weeks caught me by surprise after all the celebrating.
I was wondering about Eothas.
It makes two of us.
Right, it's got a few more options here then. So, what is there to know about Eothas?
If you're looking to find religion, maybe you want to start with a god that hasn't been burned to dust, but I won't stop you. Eothas, he was a young man with a silver crown. Carried a candle around with him. Sounds like I'm giving a bad eulogy here.
He was a lot of different things to different people, I guess. Rebirth, redemption, light. Out in the country he's Gorn, the farmer, who helps all things pass, seasons and people both. He watches over the weak, does Gorn. Season balance made right. You could see why all the copperless rowdies around here might take a liking to someone like that. He was real popular here for a time. These days you won't find too many worshipping Eothas in the open. It's hard to know who still does it in private and who's given up. Feels like I'm the last one sometimes, he smirks. If that's the case, he deserves all the mourning. Do you still worship Eothas?
In my way. I don't suppose he expects me to show up at his temple these days. Not much left to do for him other than keep his memory alive and keep hoping that he's just been playing a joke on all of us these past 15 years.
Far as I know, he hadn't said anything to anybody since the God Hammer detonated. Why worship him then? He grimaces. Well, if it turns out he's not dead, and I gave up on him, I'd have betrayed my God twice. Even a God of redemption's gotta have standards. I'd probably be reborn as a fat Amawa's horse. That's not really it, though. Not all of it, anyway. He casts a sidelong glance. Guess it's more I still believe in the things he believed in. I just hope his death doesn't mean the death of those things as well. Sometimes it looks that way. Was there another option for that? I'll check.
In my way.
I had another question about Eothas. Right, it goes back to that. Alright. Why did you choose to worship Eothas in the beginning?
Raised that way. My family's been Eothasian going way back. Suppose it wasn't much of a choice at first. Don't know for sure why my family started worshipping him. Probably because of Gon looking after folks like us.
He looks at you in the eye, conspiratorial. Could just as well be that my ancestor did something so bad only Eothas could forgive. It'd explain a lot about where I got some of my less respectable traits. Did you only worship him because that's how you were raised?
Mm-mm. There was something I genuinely liked about Eothas. Always. Like he understood people better than the other gods. Knew all our flaws and weaknesses and accepted us for that. Folks are at their worst when they're afraid. A god like Eothas, he made you realize there was nothing to fear. Made you a better person. course, he goes away for a few years, and look what happens.
What made you think Widewen didn't speak for Aelfas?
Was his actions. I mean, not when he started his rebellion, and not even when he took over Raed Ceres. It was when he sent his armies into Deerwood.
Up to that point he was sticking up for his people. That's what Aelfas does, at least the Gorn part of him. Those farmers are starving and their government didn't lift a finger. I figured if it wasn't Aelfas himself, at least he had the right idea. But then he sent armies across the border, even crossed it himself in the end. Word was, he was chasing refugees that escaped the rebellion, wanted to punish them, and punish us for allowing them to live here. That just didn't fit it for me. Those are the deeds of a vengeful god. Skene or Wodka maybe. Or just a man who'd lost his sense. I still have trouble believing it, but there's no one left to ask if it's true. Tell me about the purges.
You sure you don't want to talk about something more pleasant? Like the War of Black Trees or the Legacy or something?
It's eye-opening seeing just how naked you are when you've got no god to protect you. The Saints' War is a hard time to be a Deerwood, and people thought it was the end times. They talked big about how we were gonna defeat a god, but I don't think there was a man from here to the White March didn't think he was going to die. It does something to you, thinking you're going to die at someone else's hands. There's a rage that comes, indignation. Imagine a whole country full of that. Might have been Cold Morn that started it, town near the border. They let Widewen march right on through. Rest of Deerwood cursed their names till the end of the war. Some say it was the Aelfasians there that persuaded the town not to oppose the army. Others said it was just cowardice. It was like the Legacy that way. No one knew the real reason, so they just picked whichever one best suited what they wanted to believe. Either way, that town was burning before the first ashes of Aelfas hit the ground, and it felt good to the people here to be in control after being so helpless. So the fire spread. A lot of us Aelfasians went the way of our god. There were claims from the Church of Magran that she'd actually commanded the purges. I found that hard to believe. It sounded to me like people doing what they wanted, wrapping their god around it like she was a cloak. Then again, that's what I thought about Widewen.
What's on your mind?
Right, I think I've exhausted that. I'm not going to do rants now. I'll be talking, going through the dialogue through the whole of this video, which I wasn't planning on doing. So let's make sure we're in scouts and let's check out.
No problem.
That. And I still don't. This formation's buggy because he is. Who is it? He's in the wrong place. Let's try that there. I still don't think that's fixed it. So I don't know what's going on there. It's a bit weird. Right, let's check that out. Field mice scatter crawling beneath the beast's teeth. And let's put fast on. Okay, looks like my watcher ability just kicked in and we saw more torture racks. I don't think we've seen one of those since just outside Keelantlis. There's a forest troll there.
Sure.
Okay, let's go to the edge of the map. I've got a feeling that it's a good idea to always check the edge of the map, because it might reveal new places. I probably need to do that back up here. So... Right, looks like we've done all of that roadway. I'm going to come down here. I'll leave the bandit camp to last, I think.
Sure.
More dragon bones. We found a forest troll. Okay. I've got a feeling that one's on its own, so I'm going to set up here. Engage this guy. Okay. Let's pause. Put it. Actually, move block
Yeah?
forward.
Sure.
Yes?
Oh shit! I just got seen actually. Oops. Right. Let's attack there. Let's use my rogue's ability there. I think my rogue's the only one who's got a special ability to use straight away at the time being. They're on bows. Let's move you forward. Right. And I think it was conclusive in the last video that you can actually prone this. I just must have been rolling badly before, so.
Damn, missed.
Right, looks like let's check this out. So you can see here I missed with the additional effects. There's fortitude that ability works against, and they've got a really high fortitude, so it's no wonder why I'm missing with that all the time. So let's try that again. Let's get him down here, and everyone else can just do their thing. Did I miss again? 6.3 seconds. Right, no I didn't. Right, let's bring the... I think I want to get one more shot off actually. And he can attack there. Did she fire? I think she did. Or maybe not. She's about to. No, she did actually. Right, so let's switch over to Polax, get her in. And he can try and prone again. What she does, and yeah, that's dead. Right, great.
Rest would be good.
Up to 75%.
Quickly and quietly.
2 people need a rest. Okay.
Got it.
I've also put a select all hotkey on one of my mouse buttons as well as the map, so that should speed things up a bit instead of pressing the keyboard, hopefully. I really want to get to the bottom of this because this is annoying me. Tried that. Right, found a wicked.
Got it.
Right, that worked then, that changed it properly. I think. Or did it? Alof's... I can't get Alof to move. He stays there no matter what. Let's try that. Yeah, there's a bug going on here. I don't know. I can't get rid of it, it would seem. Alof just goes wherever he wants. Right, actually, let's try and exit the from the 7-bit, see if there's a place we can go to here. That bridge, I think it is, but that was on there before anyway. Right, so let's check the map. I have no idea what wicks are like in combat. No, I don't know if they count as undead or not. They could do. Which is a vessel, which we have.
Yeah?
What's his name? Durance has ability for that.
Got it.
3 here. Let's get sighted. Okay.
Hi?
Eh?
What? Hey. How may I help?
Yes? Of course.
Of course.
Right. No idea what the health is like, so let's focus on that guy.
Yeah?
Make sure I use... Oh shit. Right, so I need to cancel that. Need to make sure they're all reloaded.
What? Hey.
Just put that on. Right, she's just reloaded. Good. Select all, pause.
Eh?
That's on. Attack there. Did I put that on first? I can't even remember.
Eh?
Right, so let's put Blue Orc up. Right, there's at least 4 of them. So are they all going for Blue Orc? Yes, they are. Let's
Yes.
move. I probably don't want 4 on him because he would get too many against him then. So let's bring that one up there.
Huh?
Let's try and knock that one down. And bring him up to do so shit. Right, I think I might need some area of effect spells here. Might as well use them if I've got them.
Yes?
So, what have I got? Blinded. It's not that great really, is it? Gonna use that in a minute then, I think.
Yes.
Shit. Right, didn't mean to progress it on that quickly. Right, so let's move that forward. He can come up. So how many are there? 3?
Yes.
Too many, put it that way. I doubt they're very good, but... Right, they're all coming around this way.
I'm
so the
here.
Paladin's in the wrong place. Let's move
How
the
may I
wizard
help?
over.
I'm here.
Okay, it's just 1, 2, 3-ish.
Hey.
Right, so I can knock down that one. Blue
Yeah?
Orc, let's knock down that one.
Yes?
Can attack there. Let's get Alof forward. He's getting flanked. Oh, he's been sickened as well. I have no idea what their attack says. This isn't great. I'm going to use a priest ability to try and get rid of that probably in a minute. If I can. Right.
I'm here.
That one's coming around. Let's grab it before it gets away. I assume they're mindless, so they probably won't try and break engagement, but you never know.
What?
Gonna hold off until... Right, let's check out the priest
What?
abilities. Right, that's the one I want. Right, so hostile infliction, I'm gonna cast that. Oh, brilliant. So, I'll do it on a wide area here, actually. Just do that. And what next?
Eh?
She can use that on that wicked there. That one there. That one, I think. Let's get rid of that one. Is that knocking down? Probably. What am I missing here? Put the cautious attack. Endurance. Shit, there's another one there. I don't have any spear now, so I need to knock down someone and get them free to take that on before more come up here. That's casting that. Good. That's been sickened, but we'll deal with that shortly. Alof.
How may I
right,
help?
Let's use... Let's blind them. Does this work on my guys as well? It does actually. So I gotta be careful if I use that spell because it works on my guys as well, which I didn't realise. Just that there.
Hey.
Right, looks like he's coming near to him at least. Okay.
Don't even.
Right, so that's suspended those effects. Brilliant. Let's get Alof to use that. Move him forward a tiny bit. I think we killed one of those guys. Let's use that. Right. That's...
Hey.
Go there.
Yeah.
Let's switch that out. Get her involved there. Attack that there.
Hi.
Wizard, let's use that. Blue
Yeah?
Orc can... I think he's okay. We're not getting damaged at all. This seems like really weak enemies. It's just long moves. Gotta be a bit careful here. Right, let's take off cautious attack. Knock down that guy there. Go attack there. I think they're almost all dead.
I'm here.
Right.
What?
And dead.
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
Okay, that was a bit worrying for a
eyes
second,
are
but
peeled.
yeah, pretty easy. Really easy to take down. Okay. So, quick save. I don't think I can loot anything off them, sadly.
Sure.
There's something up here. Be a spiderling over there.
Huh?
We found Fulvana's boots. Deer wooden clothing. Copper pans. Let's put those on there. Let's check out what these do. So we're finding lots of Fulvano's equipment. So, there's details about the boots there. And I give extra constitution. I think I'm going to give that to Petronella. Constitution's pretty weak, so wouldn't mind improving it. Right.
Yeah?
Nice and quiet.
Right, so I think I skipped everything over there, pretty much. Right. Right, let's attack these. So, attack one there. Let's use hobble. Oh, right, have to cancel that. Have to let her reload. Let's switch that back.
Eh?
What? Yes? Hey.
Yeah?
Right. Oh shit. Cancel.
Huh?
Right, she reloaded. Yeah. Right, let's all attack that one. And she can use the hobble.
Huh?
Blue Orc can move to there.
I'm here.
I'll leave that on, actually, might need it. That's a normal spear spider, actually. Maybe I want to take that one down then first. So, yeah, I'll move. I'll have them all attack there.
Eh?
She can hobble that one. Blue can go to there. Right. Holy shit. Right, there's quite a few. Okay, so I could do with another area of effect thing here, really.
How may I help?
Don't really have a... Well, I don't know the priest spells well enough to really know. I don't think they have any good area of effect damaging spells. Actually, I think spiders are really weak to flame attacks, so I'm going to try and use that with my wizard here, I think. I'm going to get in from the side if I can. Right, let's try and do that then. Right, so Blue Oak's been engaged.
Yes.
Move that one slightly back for the time being. And we'll move him to there.
I'm here.
Okay, let's get
Yeah?
Blue Oak to knock down that one. I think. Switch it out. Knock down that one.
Yes.
Let's pull that there. Attack that one.
Hey.
Yeah?
Let's take that if I can. Right,
How may I help?
wizard. Can use that for the time being. I'll get him around the side in a minute. Let's bring Aloth into there. Use his pike on someone in a second. She can attack that.
Yes?
How may I help?
Let's pull him back a bit, he's a bit close.
Hmm?
She
I'm
engaged
here.
that. Doesn't look like it. That one's coming around here, not good.
What?
Switch that out. That's a bit of worry, so I'm gonna bring Alof to there.
I'm here.
Is she attacking that or what? I can't make it out.
How may I help?
Pull him back. Right, now he is, I think. Okay.
How may I help? Too long.
Right.
What?
I have 4 spells left here. I don't think I need to use anything yet, though.
Hey.
It's a cautious attack on.
Hey.
I need him to engage there. I'm going to get in trouble. I knock that down. Okay, Blue Oak's got 3 on him.
Yeah?
Let's use that one there. They can be freed up in a second. Right, that's dead. Brilliant. Let's. Right, he's going to cast that.
I'm
Let's
here.
get him over to Paladin there.
What?
Alof can come over to there. Attack there.
Yes?
Aye?
Wizard, let's use another one of those. I'm not sure I'm going to need to use the flame attack here. Possibly. Should be dead by then. Okay, he's knocked down, good.
Yeah.
I think I'll swap to Polax. He's prone, oh, he's only prone for not long actually. Let's switch back to the bow for a minute.
Hey.
Let's try and knock it down again. Right, Blue Oak's taking a bit of damage, gotta be a bit careful. Right, what's left? Not much.
How may I help?
Yeah, I won't use my spell with him then. I might need it later. So
Hmm?
there. Let's knock it down.
Hey.
Let's attack. Deal with that one.
Eh?
How long's it down? Right, that's down for a while. Let's take out the Polax. Attack there. Okay, we took that down. Done everything now, pretty much. And dead. Right, good.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Right.
Hmm?
So how are we looking for health? A few tired now, but it's all minor fatigue. I can live with that for a bit longer. Looks like there's a camp here that's been attacked by those spiders. Potion there, let's take that. And ooh, fine war bow. Very nice. I'll be using that with someone in a bit.
Would you look at this?
Oh, we just found a hidden object. I was wondering then, there's a stag over there, but I don't think it's hostile. So let's get the
Yeah.
rogue. Let's go get that. Camping supply, yet another one which I can't use yet, but I'll have to come back there in a bit later on. So
Huh?
let's come
Got
through
it.
with this lot. And there's a spyglass that I haven't checked out, so I'll do that now. A spit bedroll is laid out in this tent, but there's no other sign of kith. Right, let's attack that. Oh wow. It actually has hit points, I didn't realise that. Right, let's attack that there.
I'm here.
Probably wouldn't have been hostile otherwise. We'll attack that there.
Hey.
And blue
Yeah?
to that as well. Okay, it's
Afraid
dead.
to
And you
close
actually
your
take something
eyes,
off.
Watcher? Not all of us are on such bad terms with sleep.
Huh? No problem.
Okay, Aloth now has major fatigue, so there's even more reason to rest here. I think I'll reposition there, and I'll call it an end of the video here and figure out what the hell's going on over here. Let's start a next video. So, should finish up this area in the next video and then move on to Kaid Nur, I believe. Right, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.